We have so many things to talk about with this crazy Diddygate mess. So grab a beverage and let's get started for a late night Diddy stream.
If you like what you see, come and get it with me. I know you deserve all you want, 'cause your heart's made of gold, but don't wait till you're old. If you want it, I get you some.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Stand-up comedian and pop culture vulture Joleen Lunzer here to talk about trending news stories and all of the things with a little bit of a comedic twist if we can. However, with this story, we try our best, okay? Tonight, we're talking Diddy. If you're here, you're probably following this story. It just gets worse and worse and worse. We are going to talk about the latest developments within Diddygate. Feel free to sound off in the chat, you guys. Just know that I am definitely not unbiased. I have my own personal biases and opinions, and I'll be providing commentary about this, but you're welcome to have your thoughts in the chat, and you can even disagree with me. No biggie. Okay. Shout out to Biggie, R.I.P. It's making me question. All this Diddy stuff is making me question so much now, but we'll get into it. Make sure you smash that like, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and share me with your friends who love pop culture news and digging into these crazy stories that seem to be all too common within Hollywood and systems of power within the United States and probably everywhere, but I can only speak to that within the United States. If you want to support the channel further than liking or subscribing, you know the drill. You can send me a super chat while we're live, a super thanks after the video posts. You can hit me up on the Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, or join my YouTube membership or Patreon. Lots of ways if you can. If you can't, no big deal. Just enjoy the show, participate in the chat, and follow me on social media. Okay, good evening. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday, you guys. Yes, a late night live. I have not yet, Haru, been able to get through that Nickelodeon doc. I haven't even been able to watch episode 1. I'm hoping that I can. It's a lot. Okay. So where we left off last time, Diddy, obviously, his homes were raided by Homeland Security, FBI. They went in California home, Miami home, looking for stuff. And, right now there's no indictments. There is no arrests that have been at all to Diddy or anyone in his family. We do know that during the raids of his homes, they did handcuff the people who were on site. Allegedly, Diddy was tipped off that the feds and Homeland Security were coming to raid his properties, but somehow he forgot to tell his own sons. Now, his son Justin has recently been named in Little Rod's lawsuit, $30 million lawsuit that was recently amended. And Cuba Gooding Jr. was added as a defendant to that. And then also the chief of staff for Diddy, Ethiopia, she was taken out of it. And instead, since she was taken out of it, she agreed to testify, if needed, against Diddy. So it's not looking good, okay? So many crazy allegations keep coming out about Diddy and this gentleman, Cuba Gooding Jr., who is now a defendant in the lawsuit, the $30 million lawsuit. We're just all kind of waiting on bated breath to see, will Diddy be, is there an indictment coming? What's happening? What are they really looking for? You hear the law pundits telling us that they are trying to look for, it's all speculation at this point, but they might be looking for some material that might be being distributed that may involve minors, because unfortunately there are minors involved in this trafficking. It is a mess, and apparently this guy can't keep his hands to himself. He's like, I can't keep my hands to myself. Even when wearing this Speedo here, he's a mess. Okay. Now, and this is all alleged. Everything I say is true, except for the parts that are false. Today, got pretty crazy. Okay. There were a lot of new revelations that came forth today after this little nerd bomber was taken into custody. And again, this is Brendan Paul, 25, who was arrested on drug charges. He's allegedly the guy that was Diddy's mule. I don't know where he put him. He does seem to wear pants with a lot of pockets, cargo, or up the butt. I'm not sure where he put the drugs, but allegedly there's ketamine, there's all these things, drugs that were allegedly used when, when drugging people and sex workers and things like that, drugs that possibly were used to drug other celebrities who went to these crazy freak off parties of Diddy's that he then held over people's heads. And now there's so many double entendres. There's so many puns within this. Okay. Where now we also know that Diddy's house was filled with hidden cameras. And that could be what the Homeland Security, FBI, what they were going in, according to TMZ, looking for in these mansions were the surveillance video. There's a lot of video allegedly out there. And also allegedly people did not know that they were being filmed. So Diddy's LA mansion, surveillance video disabled and seized. Now someone would like to buy that footage. And that man's name is 50 Cent. 50 Cent was he has been trolling this whole situation, but he's also slightly involved in it. Not he himself, but the mother of his children, and we will get to there. But 50 is out there basically saying, I'll buy that footage. So 50 posted on Instagram that he bets he will get Diddy's blackmail videos of other celebrities and power players engaging in criminal activity. And he said he'll pay top dollar for them. 50 was referencing the allegation from Rodney Lil Rod Jones' lawsuit claiming that Diddy had hidden cameras in every room of his house. How creepy. So creepy. It's so Jeffrey Epstein. They are literally calling him the Jeffrey Epstein of hip hop. And so there's these hidden cameras in every room. He's had party after party, year after year, since he's been in the music business, since the 90s, the early 90s. I know video was probably pretty grainy back then, but very, very scary, very sick. So hidden cameras in every room. He probably has one of those cameras that are like, you ever get those? I don't know why they get marketed to me, but it is creepy where they're like, I found this camera in my, teenage daughter's shower that was put there by my husband, who's her stepdad. And I'm like, just throw him out. Just throw him off a cliff. Okay. Apparently there are little cameras that you can put in shower heads. There are some really sick people out there. All right. So Diddy has all these hidden cameras, probably in the shower heads, or other heads, and in every room of his home, and recordings on all of his guests engaging in illegal activity. And these illegal activities include minors. They include drugs. They include freak of the freak nature offs. They include so many things. Mr. Combs had hidden cameras in every room of his home, has recordings of several celebrities, artists, music label executives, and athletes engaging in illegal activity. The highlighted section of the civil complaint reads, then this is, you can all check out the Lil Rod lawsuit because it's vast, it's long, it's detailed, much like Cassie's lawsuit that was filed in 48 hours, shockingly, back in November. They paint the horrific picture of what working for and dating Diddy was like. And it seems like it was an episode of American Horror Story, but not entertaining, just very, very scary and messed up. However, back to 50 Cent. He got involved today after finding out that his child's mother, the mother of his son, was allegedly a sex worker for Diddy. Worked for him. Okay. So this then allegedly, according to TMZ and other sites, 50 Cent then go and try to seek custody, um, sole custody of his and his ex, Daphne Joy's son, who is 11. Oh, poor sweet baby boy. After she is named as Diddy Sean Combs' sex worker in a $30 million lawsuit filed against Puffy. And apparently 50 Cent was like, I didn't know you were a sex worker. No shame to sex workers at all, but it seems like Diddy did not know how to treat his sex workers correctly and didn't understand that, you probably shouldn't sex traffic the sex workers, or you shouldn't sex traffic anybody. I mean, that's usually not, it's not something you want to do. And after watching the Law and Crime channel, if if he is indicted, if he is charged, let's say, we're talking long term, speculative, he is found guilty. I mean, one charge, the gentleman who represented Sheena Shea in her lawsuit against Rachel Raquel from Vanderpump Rules, when Rachel Raquel accused Sheena Shea of assaulting her, and Sheena Shea said, I have nails and I can't make a fist. So clearly it wasn't me. Okay? I'm like Shaggy. It wasn't me. He was there because he loves a little camera time. I forgot his name, but shout out to him. And he was on Law and Crime, and he said one count of S trafficking is like 10 to 15 years, depending on the age of the person that is being S trafficked. And what we know allegedly now is that Diddy, minors. So multiple, lots of S trafficking charges. So this gentleman said Diddy could be spending the rest of his life in federal prison. Now, do I think that this will happen to him? I don't know. Money, power, lots of things slip through the cracks. I mean, there are theories out there, you guys. Put your tinfoil hats on, and they're not that hard to believe. Like, for the longest time, I think our logical minds, we want to go to, well, this is ridiculous. Who's doing this? Really? I mean, there were rumblings. People believed things about Diddy, but we didn't know it was to this extent. But people now are saying maybe even Homeland Security and the FBI going into Diddy's home was to possibly not find the things to indict him, but find things to protect other people who are even higher up than Sean, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, all dancing up in the videos, Combs. And yes, I bet you R. Kelly is like, oh, I got a friend coming. This will be fun. This will be nice. Because I'm pretty sure they get along, right? Didn't him and Jay-Z get along for way too long? When Jay-Z should have been like, I don't know. It's a little sus how he was with Aaliyah. And Damon Dash hates him, but I think I'm going to still roll with him. I think I'm going to still hang out with them. Pamela, thank you for the first super chat of the live. I appreciate that. Pamela says, don't drop the soap, Diddy. No, I think Diddy would, it sounds like Diddy would be open to soap dropping, throwing soap for other people to drop. It sounds like Diddy, God bless, whatever you like. You know what I mean? Who cares? Bi, gay, straight, pan, who cares? But it has to be consensual. You can't drug people. You can't film them without their consent. No minors. I mean, and you can't use it as blackmail against people. However, that is what allegedly might be going on. Okay. So Diddy, now allegedly Daphne Joy, who has a child, and 50 said they were maybe going to have another child possibly, or had talked about that, was one of his sex workers. And here's the two of them together with another tweet that 50 Cent put out saying, you moved a mile away in hopes of having another baby with me, but I was busy. See, you can't be busy, guys. You can, we try to find the humor in here, but don't be busy, because your child's mother might just end up being a sex worker for P. Diddy. And then all of a sudden, all your dreams of growing your family is done. I know if my husband's at Trader Joe's too long, I'm like, poof, I better get the sex working, So apparently 50 wrote, like, again, I'll read it. You moved a mile away in hopes of having another baby with me, but I was busy. So you moved back, and then you started receiving money from Brother Love. Now here we are, little sex worker. Only 50 Cent can put this kind of information out there like this. He then shared this image of what looks to be maybe through one of his production companies. He is going to have a docuseries or he's just trolling Diddy and he's going to call it Diddy Do It. And this referencing a tweet right when all of this news broke that they were raiding Diddy's homes. That is when 50 tweeted, it's no longer Diddy Do It, it's Diddy Done. And so it's an original docuseries coming soon, which I'll watch that shit. If he makes that, I will watch that. Right? The mother of his child, rabbit. It is just, it's very incestuous, this whole thing. So here we go. And then he's, got to do the hashtags for a little bit of marketing because you never know. In addition to this, this is when also 50 is calling out Stevie J, which is always a great time because he's a real put together, even keeled, fantastic guy. Sarcasm alert. 50 put this out on Instagram. New documents show that Diddy, P. Diddy, allegedly used videos of Stevie J having intercourse with another man to groom men into having sex. And Stevie J said, it wasn't me. Apparently there was some kind of adult actor star that came forward and said it was me. But Hitman Stevie J is still, his name's still being thrown about, which caused Stevie J to hit up. Let's share this here. He got on social media and he wasn't having it. He didn't like that 50 was accusing him of such things. So he decided, what can I do? What should I do? Should I calmly ask him, should we get tea? Should we talk about it? Should we see like a friend therapist or something? And he was like, I think I'm just going to threaten to fight him on social media. So let me know if you guys can't hear this, but if you haven't heard this already, this is Stevie J, the wonderful man. Rabbit says, I cannot unsee those alleged screenshots of Stevie J. It's literally a movie at this point. Okay, this could be the longest trailer for the most effed up movie we've ever seen, but unfortunately, I think this is real life. Okay, so let me mute myself and we can listen to what Stevie J has to say about these allegations from 50 Cent and the world. Okay.
Curtis, what's good, man? You and your feelings about Daphne? Because she would gang them? Or is it that you sucking little Rod dick? However it go, I want you to fade, nigga. Fuck all that. Since it's entertainment, let me beat the shit out of you on TV or something. Don't duck that. I'm calling you out. What you want to do, Curtis? Curtis, what's good, man? You and your feelings.
Okay, the only part I like about that is when he goes, Curtis. So we'll just gotta listen to that one more time when he's up all the way to the microphone with his mouth to the camera. Curtis. Okay, let's take a listen.
That I'm calling you out. What you want to do, Curtis?
Stevie J is not happy. Hit him again for me. He's not happy. He wants to fight Curtis. Feel free to put in the chat or let's just, everyone's Logan, Jake, Paul. I can't tell the difference between the two. It's not because I'm racist. It's just because all white guys look alike. No offense, all offense. I can't help it. I didn't make the rules. I can't tell Logan Paul or Jake Paul apart, but one of them are going to fight Mike Tyson and probably meet their maker that day, allegedly. And so since we're doing these sort of things now, put in the chat, who's going to win in a fight? Is it going to be Curtis, or is it going to be Stevie J? Are they going to? Who's going to win that fight? Is this going to be a celebrity death match. Remember those on MTV? Just a celebrity boxing. Maybe the charity could be don't traffic children. That could be a good charity to do. Shauna says I can smell his breath from here, right? That was straight out of bed. He still got his jammy top on, and he was like, let's go buy some fancy trees and let's call out Cardass. That's my favorite part. We got to find humor in something because this story is so messed up. All right, Megan Sue, thank you so much for the super chat. Megan says, maybe if you are a billionaire, you should not sleep with people over 18. Wait, maybe if you are a billionaire, you should not sleep. I think you meant not sleep with people under 18 and not pay for it because that makes zero sense. Usher's interview was disturbing. Yes, Usher's interview has resurfaced, an interview he did, I believe, 2018, 2016 with Howard Stern, where he talked about going to the Diddy camp when he was young, 13, 14 years old, where he lived with Diddy for a year and saw some things, to which he told Howard Stern he would not send his own children to the Diddy camp. However, then I believe, wasn't he the one who kind of encouraged Justin Bieber, who he discovered on YouTube, to go live with him? So when we're wondering why people are getting heart tattoos on their faces and shaving off their heads and their eyebrows, it's because at one time they were allegedly, unfortunately, horribly pimped out by the entertainment industry. So a lot of this you can't make sense of it if you're not a sick perv. You just can't. But the entertainment business, unfortunately, seems to be plagued with these kinds of deviant people who get this power. They're drawn to this business and then they're given this ultimate power. Why? Because you drop some beats? I don't know. Again, I love music. I grew up in the 90s hip hop, like the best. However, no one was saving lives. You know what I mean? We don't put surgeons on the same kind of pedestal. I'm not saying surgeons aren't pervs too sometimes, but it is just crazy that, Diddy, and he's not the first by any means necessary. And I wish he would be the last, but it's the same with the Jeffrey Epstein. You get money, you get power, you have relationships with people who are very important, I guess, or can make or break you in your business or in life. And with that absolute power, it corrupts absolutely. And there is a thing where people can have too much money and too much power. I mean, we've seen this coming for years. If you watched any Making the Band, if you watched any of Diddy's reaction after Biggie died or after Tupac died, and if you were alive that long, if you're old like me, you were all going, that's weird. Why does he keep putting out music with Biggie? Why does did he really have that many hidden tracks? Like, what? Diddy wouldn't have a career without Biggie. Like, okay, sure. Through Andre Harrell and through his internship that then turned into now you're the boss, applesauce, and now you're gonna have your own label and all these things. It's an interesting thing, all falling under the Arista umbrella, allegedly. Again, everything I say is alleged for entertainment purposes only. However, everything is true except for the parts that are false. But it's very interesting. It falls under that Arista umbrella and it kind of trickles down. But without Biggie passing away, the more you think about it, and again, put your conspiracy theory hats on. They don't have to be that much of a conspiracy. It benefited Diddy quite a bit. And that would have been sick to say years ago. But after all we've seen now, it's this man has exploited his career. He has ripped off many, many, many of the artists who he was supposed to be representing, managing, producing for. And now he's got a lot of enemies, And with Cassie's bravery and now Lil Rod's bravery and other people coming forward, it is opening a floodgate of others who are #me too, #Diddy did it to me too. And so it just, again, I told you guys last video, I fell down a rabbit hole of being like, did Diddy set Biggie up? Was Biggie even supposed to be in Cali? Was he supposed to be in London? What was really happening, you know? And then apparently even Suge Knight, they found Suge Knight. I asked in my last video, I go, someone check on Suge. Okay. So Suge had something to say. And let's see. Okay. Suge Knight reacted to all this stuff going on with Diddy. Let me share this. Let's see if I can get this over here. And we can see what would Suge have to say, you know? Got to get bracelets, you know, WWS, what does it say? You know what I'm saying? Like the JD. What would Suge do? You probably don't want to live that way. No offense, all offense. Don't come for me. I'm a middle-aged lady in the desert. Okay. Suge Knight to Diddy. Watch your back, Puffy. Brother love. Handle won't fly in prison. According to TMZ, Suge Knight isn't above kicking a man when he's down. Well, he's not above kicking a man when he's up, down, over the ground, hanging. What's his face? I was gonna go but Vanilla Ice allegedly over a patio or a balcony. So especially when the man is Diddy, because he has an ominous reaction to the federal raids on the bad boy mogul's homes. TMZ Hip Hop obtained this new commentary from Suge. We're told it's an outtake from his Collect Call podcast with Dave Mays. The Death Row founder is clearly convinced this longtime rival is destined for prison just like him. He's like, welcome, friend. We've been waiting for you. All right. And so just like him. Suge says his thoughts and prayers are with Diddy's kids, particularly Justin and King Combs, who were detained in handcuffs but not arrested in LA while feds conducted the raid. Suge says the allegations against Diddy, made in several civil lawsuits, are ugly stains for hip hop and Black culture, and suggests he turned himself into authority. So right now, where's Diddy? Hashtag where's Diddy? Apparently, last we saw him, he was back and forth outside of the Miami airport trying to go to Antigua. He was like, Aruba, Jamaica, ooh, I want to take it. He was remembering the Beach Boys song, like, where do I need to go? Who can't extradite me? And they were like, no. Let me say, go home, because you might be indicted soon, sir. So it's important to note Diddy has not been arrested, again, or charged with any crimes, but Suge obviously thinks he knows how this is all going to play out now that the U.S. Attorney's Office is on the case. The audio is Suge's only official comment on Diddy's drama. His X account is still being hacked with fake posts at the moment. Oh, Lord, not a hack. He goes more into detail about his issues with Diddy, as well as Jermaine Dupri. What did Jermaine do? On his most recent podcast episode. Suge's friend Big Jake was infamously killed in 1995 outside an Atlanta party, and he's been beefing with JD and Puffy. Okay, that makes sense then. As Suge still refers to him ever since. And of course, there's the old East Coast versus East Coast versus West Coast rap wars. We now all remember Suge Knight being there, being like, come to death row if you don't want a producer who's all up in the video, all doing dances. I mean, Diddy was doing TikTok dances in people's videos before TikTok was even a thing. We just were always like, he was just in the back like this all the time. And even as a little white girl from Minnesota, I was like, that's probably not, they probably don't want him to do that. He was just like, I'm going to put on a bubble suit and just do this. Like one of them suits that make you sweat when you work out, so you get the extra workout. He was like, and the Ferrari and Jaguar switching 4 lanes with the top down screaming. I know that's not his song, but you know what I'm saying? Like, he was always doing that. And I was like, okay, all right, that's cool. As TMZ reported, Diddy's team, they've replied and they said, this whole thing is a witch hunt. Sir, no. You cannot appropriate. That is for women. That's a women's thing. Men witches are warlocks, I think. So it's not a witch hunt. But Suge thinks it's time he prepares for the worst. A federal trial, conviction, and a prison sentence. Suge is like, come on in. The water's fine. Come on in. Come on. Come on. Come over here. Oh my God. Diddy must be crapping his Calvin Kleins. All right. In the audio, he warns Diddy to avoid using his newest nickname, Brother Love, when he's eventually doing time. Because, as he put it, prison isn't the proper setting for such a title. Oh no, Suge. Oh my God. He is a big man. Keep in mind, Suge's serving out a 28-year sentence for manslaughter in California State Prison. I wonder how many years he's been in. He never gets good behavior, huh? Okay. As they say, misery loves company. So no great surprise he's celebrating Diddy's legal woes. Okay, let's see if we can hear a little bit of, let's watch it on YouTube and see if we can catch a little bit of this. This is a long intro. Oh, it's not? Oh my God, he's literally playing like the instrumental to Tupac's Come With Me, Hail Mary. You know what? Am I still muted? Okay, I don't think I'm so. So that's why I was like, oh, how do you get the come with me? You know? And I was like, I ain't a killer, but don't push me. Revenge is like the sweetest joy next to getting pussy. I was getting all into it. How come we can't hear it? Okay, let's try this again. Let me try to share my screen again. But maybe Suge gave him the rights to it. But that's a banger. Oh God. I hope Tupac comes back from that island he's on just to be like, ha, Diddy, ha. And then he can like go on tour. That would be amazing. Okay. Let me try this one more time because I'm not sure if, okay, the audio, it says it's sharing. So let's do it again. Give me a thumbs up in the chat. Chell, let me know if you can hear this, okay? I got my husband on my audio because I don't get much help around here. Here we go. Okay.
Question marks while answering everything hip-hop fans worldwide want to know. History will be made and documented in real time each week on Collect Call with Suge Knight. Suge and I both want to hear from you, so if you have any questions or input, please be sure to contact us at Breakbeat Media, authentically hip-hop. Welcome to Collect Call with Suge Knight.
You know, I'm having a good day. All my days is great. But what makes today so special, I'm only enjoying some double strawberry ice cream. You know, a lot of times, or lately, sometimes people say, you know, on your platform, you use it to try to educate somebody, help someone. But that's not always what people want to hear. I say, well, if I can change somebody's life and help somebody in business or in life, their journey, I don't care if it's one person or only 10 people. I'd rather have 10 people and only have 20 people listening to me than have 1 million people listening to me and never have one person on something positive. Just leave them in the darkness to failure. I know what it is to grow up hard. So that credit goes to my immediately got hammered to Los Angeles. They had a car pick Hammer up, bring him by the studio, and we dived right in. And at that time, Hammer had gave all his jewelry up to a man for money in cars. I didn't tell you, that's my brother. I immediately went with him and paid to get his jewelry back. gave him bread, and he bought a Hummer and a Rolls Royce. Got him a place in Los Angeles, Westwood to be exact. High rise next to me, over here by me and Pac. I talked to Pac. I never met a person is so genuine in Tupac. He became my little brother. We had a pact, try to change the world for our people. So look, man, Hammer going through some shit. We're going to work on Hammer. I said, man, I'll be honest with you, I ain't never liked it. I'm a real rapper. I ain't like Hammer shit. Oh, let's get it started and all that dancing.
Yo, let me bust that funky lyric. Touch this.
It's bigger than that. If you want to do it, I'm going to do it. So I want you to write for him and record some stuff for him. We're all going to make it work for him. So I bring Hammer in to talk to me and Pac. Hammer wanted to do some pretty much shoot him up, bang, bang. Pac was, that's not true. So one of the songs Pac did for him was, he said, look, I'm going to write a song for you, but it's going to be a realistic song. He said, now I can't write this song because I don't have no wife I've been with. I don't have any kids. I'm not in love. I don't love him. And he started laughing, says money over business. So he told Hammer, but you in love and you married. So Pac did a song for Hammer called Unconditional Love. And Pac's like, I want to put this song out for me, but I'm going to record it and you take the CD and you learn it, and once you learn it, you lay the vocals down. So that song that you heard on the radio or they put out when I was in prison with Pac singing Unconditional Love, that was Hammer's song. When I went to prison, Hammer came to the studio, and you gotta remember, the studio costs a lot of money. Engineers around the clock, runners, security, eat whatever you want to eat, drink whatever you want to drink. Whatever you need, I'm putting the bill for. That's important because when you're in the studio working, last thing you want to do is feel somebody gonna come in there and rob you. I kept everything safe. Not just with the prison, but also with my bread. When I was in prison, Hammer came in and stole all the reels, even Pac verses. I wasn't gonna say nothing bad about it and say, "F you, Hammer." I'm gonna get at Hammer like I would get at another. I'm gonna get at Hammer with love and respect because that's still my brother no matter what. So, did Hammer f*** over me? He did, but it's okay. Yeah, after he talked to him, he was like, look, man, you got some Tupac songs up along to you, that Suge stuff, and you got a whole bunch of stuff you stole. We want to do something, so we want to be able to get the reels you got. And if he said, Hammer, stop taking this calls. The sad thing about it, the people who got those reels, they got stolen reels because they was in the storage and Hammer didn't pay the $100, so they got it. Do I hold anything against Hammer? Never. Never. That's just the way it goes. That's the way it is. Deion sat in the prime time. Deion wanted to do an album, and I said this before. I spent probably a half.
Okay, how the hell did we get into Neon Deion? How did we? Where is the Diddy part? But very interesting about Hammer. I remember back in the day, and I'm sure everyone remembers this, especially people who are around my age, where all of a sudden Hammer, what video was Hammer in where he was in a Speedo and it was like a tube? Was it Get Around? Where it was like, I get around, and then we were like, is that MC? Why is MC Hammer hanging out with Tupac? Like, why? But they were trying to help him, I guess. But when you first see it, you're like, why is Please Hammer Don't Hurt Him in a Speedo with Tupac? Okay. Let's see if we can find the it just looked like someone's dad showed up to the Tupac party and you were like, this isn't for you, Hammer. You pray. You're like, that's how we pray. We got to pray just to make it today. Okay, so Suge, I mean, if you guys want to check this out, this seems, I mean, it's pretty interesting. I mean, I don't know how much you believe Suge. Okay, so here we go. We're getting into the p.diddy stuff, so then I'll play it again. But, okay, here we go. I'm going to mute myself and play this.
Hit his motherfucker up. He said, well, I got to throw him out. I said, for what? He said, he would Puffy and Jermaine Dupri. So, bam. If he go, I go. So when we get outside, Jake still want to run and say, you know, somebody passed somebody something, start shooting. Police run out to the motherfucker who was shooting. I ended up doing what I was doing to the motherfucker who was out there. So when the ambulance came, I said what I said, did what I did. The ambulance came, and we followed them. Police, they looked out up to the hospital. That fool know what happened when he got there. So then they came in and tried to take me to the station. I ain't riding no police car, I ain't on the arrest, so you gotta come. So I hopped in the limo, went to the station. When I got there, that same police officer in the uniform was giving a statement of exactly what happened. Looked at me and said, what you see? I said, I see. I'm gonna get back to the hospital. But the crazy thing about it, the police dude was like, hey, are you gonna, you know, deal with that? They tell him, no, the person who gave it a part and the people he talking about, they good with it. No big deal. When Jake finally passed away, we come back. We're in the office. Office in Westwood. Interscope office is right across the hall. I walked in Jimmy's office. I didn't have to knock on the door or get somebody let Jimmy know Mr. Night there. Walk right in. He do the same. Anyway, when he walked in my office, we was having a conversation. He overheard somebody say something he probably shouldn't have heard. He wanted to holler at me. So I said, homies, give me a minute. Jimmy said, man, I'm here because Clyde Davis called me and him and Puppy is real tight and, you know, lovers. So I thought he was talking like they got love for each other. So, all right. He said, yeah, they are lovers. I said, well, why you keep saying that? I said, look, you saying they lovers like they're sucking? He said, I don't want to say that, but that's what it means, right? I said, okay. He said, Clyde don't want them to happen to Puppy. He said, but this guy ain't going to be able to do his business because we know what he did. What they did. So I go to prison. Come back out from prison. Then later on to move ahead, Puffy did a deal with Universal. He did that deal with Universal. Universal owns Interscope. So it's Jimmy and Doug Morris. They gave him a lot of money. They said they never recouped their money. In other words, they didn't make their money back. Usually when you don't make your money back, either they drop you a note, they don't give you any money until they recoup. Jimmy signed and gave him fresh new money, which is unheard of. I was thinking like, a lot of shit goes on, but that's that secret society. Now, I'm going to show you how deep this goes. They committed fraud against me, stacked a deck against me to beat me on my or take orders from me, right? But when you look at it, Jimmy Iovine produced an album called Easter by an artist named Patti Smith. And some of the lyrics was, baby's a black sheep.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Baby, and it's a rock and roll, not right? And it says, Jimi Hendrix is a rock and roll nigger. I gotta remember how they say it. Jesus, I'm talking about the Son of God, Jesus, is the. They put this album out. They can tell me I can't put out, they can't distribute my stuff no more because they never put out records where people curse or disrespect women. But that's what they recognize.
Hey, it's Dave Mays from Collect Call with Suge Knight. Balls where it's at. It's that share your win.
Peter and Jimmy Iovine, and on their music, I'm not judging OJ. He was acquitted. Where they say he didn't do the murder. He wasn't guilty. But that's over him. But they can have Andre, who beat the women in Peter, and Jimmy Iovine, and on their music building, it's Jimmy Iovine and Andre Young. Where do we go from there? Man, we should turn around and be some growing fans and support UCLA. Because SC is full of shit. Now, they always say it's not racist. But if it's not racist, what is it? Just as like guy was getting $1,000 a month doing internet stuff. Never met him. Never met him in my life. Everybody said to call him John the Racist. That would make me start paying attention. Why is a racist white guy working for me to have anything to do with me? This same guy sold Tupac unreleased, worth all the money in the world, priceless, and was selling to Japan or China or wherever the case may be, and do a show they call Bound First, named after Tupac. This same guy sold a death row chain to this guy and his jewelers, and he gave him $40,000 for it. And when John sold it to him, John the Racist told him it was my homie Heron. Heron's my homie. Rest in peace, Heron.
And this is what Suge taught me.
Yeah.
I ain't never had a job before in my life until I started working for Suge.
Always miss you. Your person's always miss. At the same time, he said that was the chain Heron was wearing when he got killed. So he sold it to the guy for $40,000. I never gave John a death row chain or none of these other guys. But it's okay to make money off black people and don't like black people because nobody cares about black people. Now, if the roles was reversed, it'd be a serious problem. They're constantly taking from it and destroying the culture. When you fight for it, they try to put cuffs on you. They have guys of other platforms who are not even from this country and talk about nothing but black people and let black people fight each other in hip hop. Because the more we get into it and tearing each other down, hip hop seems like it's over. Where's the money being made? See, at the same time, if you got Apple spraying your stuff, who policing checking Apple? I say it all the time. If it's 20 strings come in, how you know if they're giving you 2 and giving themselves 18? We don't. That's why we need that union. That's why we need to be giving concerts and doing stuff to make this union. It's always the same thing as divide and conquer. They always get to use, just like when the slaves didn't grab the Africans and bring them out here. Africans grabbed them and bring them out here. We can talk about that forever. At the same time, it's time. I'm willing to stand up, like I've always been standing up. Everybody always got something to say. I ain't gonna say names, but people talking about they got death row here. They homies calling in the mother weirdos in the camp. The Tin Man and the Scarecrow know exactly what I'm talking about. I have something for you guys. From official Suge Knight Instagram. And I could be saying it wrong because my son the one runs it. He is here to put it on a thing that you know you get the right one. I have some incredible shirts for you guys. Death Row is something I started in 1991. Tupac passed away in 96. By the time 97 rolled around, I was in prison doing time. After Pac passed away, I was in prison. Death Row, the uncensored Death Row, the company. Death Row was on life support. Breathing by machine. When I paroled in 2001, they were letting Death Row suffer by some idiots start messing it up. I pulled the plug. Anything after that is fake, lies, and it's the cops.
He said, and it's the cops. Okay. I thought he was going to get more in depth in the Diddy stuff. And we were going to hear this, what they're claiming in the press that he said. But interesting to know, I didn't even know Collect Call with Suge Knight was an actual podcast. So, okay, if you guys want to ever, maybe you already are privy to this podcast, but if you want to check it out, Breakbeat Media here on the YouTube, they are the ones that seem to distribute this podcast. But I love how it turned into like, after all that, after everything I just told you about Please Hammer Don't Hurt 'Em, Jermaine Dupri, my friend, a death row chain, I started death row, the music industry's evil, I miss Tupac, Dr. Dre beats women, all of that. Check out my Instagram because my son's got t-shirts and I'm just like, oh my God, nothing be sacred. Not even the stories. Can you wait to sell this isn't a comedy show, sir. When at the end of the show, you hear the comedian go, okay, guys, I got this shirt from that joke I said when I said women be dumb. So now you can own your own shirt that say women be dumb. Okay. But it looks like he's spilling some tea, some things, something like that. But all right, let's get back to the Diddy of it all. So Suge Knight had something to say, which is come with me, basically. Come to the prison. Don't use any of the brother love. And there you go. Now, in addition to Diddy and his team saying this is just a witch hunt, it's a warlock hunt. They're also complaining about how they raided the home. What doesn't Diddy and his team understand about a raid? It's not I'm just going to peek through some stuff. I'm just going to shuffle through your drawers. It's called raid. So they raided his homes, and apparently, they were posting the pictures saying, they completely, turned over my Pottery Barn nightstands, and there was no need for that. So they acted like they used too much force on the decor within the homes. And I don't know, maybe he's never seen a raid. I've seen worse after a party. I'm sure we've seen worse after a Diddy freak off. I'm sure it gets a lot dirtier in there than people just turning over cabinets and nightstands looking for, these tapes and things. And these illegal recordings and such, if that is in fact what they're looking for. But they said that yesterday, which would have been a couple days ago when the raids happened, Diddy's attorney, Aaron Dyer, said that there was a gross overuse of military level force as search warrants were executed. I'm sorry, if we're talking trafficking and multiple counts of that and minors, just to name a few, not even mentioning the stuff, everything that's in, Cassie's lawsuit and everything that Lil Rod continues to amend and out in his lawsuits. I would say that's what I want my tax dollars to go to for the military, to go make sure, people aren't trafficking children, women, anybody, But apparently they were like, it's too much. It's too much. Diddy didn't really appreciate that. So they said it was a gross overuse of military level force. I thought that was right. Normally we get involved in all these other things in other countries and other places where I'm like, there's some terrorism going on here too. You check that out. So I would like to disagree with Aaron Dyer and Diddy. There's no excuse, they said, for the excessive show of force and hostility exhibited by authorities or the way his children and employees were treated. Well, allegedly, Diddy was tipped off. His attorneys were tipped off. He was tipped off. So why didn't he tip off his staff? Why didn't he tip off his sons? Oh, yeah, because allegedly he doesn't tip off people for anything. Even when they're being illegally, allegedly recorded in his home doing sexual acts, possibly while being drugged or taken over state lines to be trafficked. I'm sorry, what is this man? The gall of someone who's being charged with, well, not charged yet, but is being accused by many people, okay, of such horrific crimes, to be like, this is just too much, okay? Because let's just give a little reminder here of some of the things that Diddy here with his not lover, Stevie J, is being accused of, or has been accused of. Okay, so they didn't just go into his house because they're like, I think he took a bracelet from Claire's. There's some stuff. So the allegations against Diddy. Let's get into Cassie's. R&B singer Cassie, whose full name is Cassandra Ventura. According to this is just from the Independent, filed a lawsuit. We know late 2023 November, alleging that she was trafficked, that she was AR'd. There's a lot of words I can't say because YouTube doesn't want us to use the English language, apparently. So she was being trafficked, essayed, and beaten by Combs on many occasions over 10 years. Her lawsuit claimed that Combs brought the singer into his ostentatious, fast-paced, and drug-fueled lifestyle not long after she met him and signed her to his label in 2005. Now, remember, at this time, when they met and he wanted to date her and he signed her, she was 19 years old and he was 37. That is disgusting. I'm sorry. Some people might go, well, she was over 18. She's still a teenager. They're still 19. You're too old. You're 37. Grow up. Miss Ventura said that the pattern of abuse began as soon as their relationship started and that she was trying to end it in 2018. He forced himself into her Los Angeles home and then he essayed her when she tried to leave. The lawsuit against Combs was settled a day after she filed it for an undisclosed amount of money. A lot of people are saying 8 figures. So I don't know. I don't know a lot of innocent people that would pay that much and file it like so quick. I don't even know if he read the whole thing. He just read the first sentence and he was like, give her the money. Cassie told CNN she had chosen to resolve this matter amicably, while Combs' attorney said the settlement was in no way an admission of wrongdoing and didn't change his denial of the allegations. Her accusations against Combs were brought through the New York Adult Survivors Act, the ASA, which expired at midnight on the 23rd of November, 2023. The act provided survivors a 1-year window to pursue civil litigation regardless of when the abuse occurred, meaning incidents from decades were finally brought to light. I think that there should be no statute of limitations because I think what we've learned with victims of such horrific crimes such as this, it might take them a lifetime to be able to come forward about this. But we need to allow them the time and the space to do so, not only for them, but for future victims. It's crazy to me that there's a statute for what? Who is that benefiting other than the perpetrator? I guess maybe I'm dumb, but I don't see who that would be benefiting except for the criminals. You think that all of a sudden, you're just going to start hey, it's been 20 years, still hate that guy. I think I'm just going to make shit up about him. And I don't think that's going to happen. So this whole statute of limitations thing it's really messed up. And not surprisingly, California has, I think, a pretty allegedly strict one. And that, the state that has the, Hollywood and a lot of the unfortunate pedos surrounding the child actors and that. So I would be for any candidate or people who are going to just abolish that, just get rid of that. We don't need a statute of limitations. All right. So more than 2,500 cases were filed under the ASA before it's expired at midnight on November 23rd, 2023. Court data sent to the Independent showed survivors brought lawsuits against some of the state's most powerful men, including major players in entertainment, such as Bill Cosby, Harvey Weinstein, Axl Rose. I always knew he was a perv. I never liked Guns N' Roses. I don't care. I know people get very mad when I say that, but I think GNR sucks and Axl Rose is weird. Okay? I just think he's weird. He's creepy. And Combs. Now, Lil Rod Jones, in the most recent lawsuit against Diddy, let's pull up a picture of them here. Okay? Let me know if anyone agrees with my GNR stance. I know that's something I could get canceled for, but I kind of think they suck. Okay, November Rain. Yeah, it was a long song. But that's about it. I didn't like it. I didn't really like Axl. Don't really care for that stuff. All right. So Lil Rod Jones pictured on the left here, and Diddy pictured on the right. In the most recent lawsuit against Combs filed February 26, 2024, so very recently, within the past month, just over a month, in New York, producer Lil Rod Jones alleged he was subjected to unwanted advances by associates of Diddy at his direction. Cuba, we're calling Cuba Gooding Jr. and that he was forced to engage in relations with the sex workers Combs had hired. The producer, who worked for Combs between September 2022 and November 2023, claimed Combs sexually harassed, drugged, and threatened him for more than a year. He said he has video and audio evidence of Combs, his staff, and others engaging in serious illegal activity. And those screenshots from those videos are included in the lawsuits, and in the lawsuit, I should say, and they're pretty damning. The lawsuit also alleges that Combs regularly hosted trafficking parties with underage women. I hate when they say that. They're girls, they're kids, and illegal substances, and implies record label executives who looked the other way financially benefited from access to celebrities and dignitaries, including the British royal Prince Harry. Poor Prince Harry getting dragged into this after everything he went through with his family. Prince Harry is not accused of any wrongdoing or of attending any of these parties himself. You guys, that's Harry's Uncle Andrew, Prince Andrew. He was besties with Jeffrey Epstein and even stayed at his place after Jeffrey Epstein went to jail for being a pedo. Prince Andrew, brother to King Charles, son to Queen Elizabeth, was like, yeah, but I had to stay at Jeffrey Epstein's even after he got out of jail for being a pedo, because it's so hard to find a good place to stay when I travel to the States. And it's like, sir, please stop. And yet there he sits over in the UK. And I don't think anything has ever been, he hasn't been prosecuted or charged or anything, but there's a lot of allegations out there against him and going to those Epstein parties. So again, this money and this power, it is horrible. All right. So Prince Harry, again, not accused. Combs' attorney told the Los Angeles Times that the lawsuit contains reckless name dropping about events that are pure fiction and simply did not occur. Ryan Mendelsohn, 20, who used to live in the area where Combs' Los Angeles property was searched, told reporters he would see parties at the home and women outside until 6 a.m., which was not usual. He said, I drive by a lot and I see that. A lot of girls, maybe 5 or 6 girls outside, some leaving, some not, some going in, he said, according to NBC News. I never thought anything of it, Mr. Mendelsohn, who added that he did not know Diddy lived there until Monday's news broke, but now it's crazy. We then have Joy Dickerson-Neal. In 2023, Joy Dickerson-Neal filed a lawsuit alleging that Combs drugged her, essayed her, and secretly recorded the assault while she was a college student in 1991, NBC News reported, citing the filing. She claimed that Combs pushed her to go to dinner with him, and she agreed reluctantly on January 3rd, 1991, which is when she alleges she was drugged, resulting in her being in a physical state where she could not independently stand or walk, the BBC reported. The suit also claims he recorded the assault and showed it to other people. And this is one of those things that people are saying that Diddy did because Diddy got off on the power, having the power over people and being able to hold these videos over their head in order for their silence or for them to continue to be around him or, for his own just jollies, allegedly. She later filed police reports in New York and New Jersey, spoke to prosecutors, but was told by colleagues they were terrified that Combs would retaliate against them and that they would lose future business and music opportunities if they made a statement in support of her. That is so sick and sad. NBC News reported, citing the lawsuit. More women have come forward. So since November, 3 more women, in addition to Cassie, have come forward with lawsuits in the Southern District of New York, alleging that they were essayed by Combs, according to NBC News. 2 of the women said they were teenagers at the time of the alleged assaults. There's an anonymous plaintiff. In November, an anonymous plaintiff accused Combs and singer-songwriter Aaron Hall of essaying her. And a friend in 90 or 91, after meeting at an MCA Records event in New York, where the singers were very flirtatious and handsy and offered them drinks, Rolling Stone reported. The suit alleges that Combs and Hall invited the women to Hall's apartment for an after party where the plaintiff was offered more drinks and was coerced into having sex with Diddy and was shocked and traumatized afterwards. Before Hall barged into the room, pinned her down, and forced Jane Doe to have sex with him, according to Rolling Stone. After she spoke to her friend, the plaintiff allegedly found out she had also been forced to have sex with Combs and Hall in another room, according to the suit. A few days later, Combs allegedly visited the plaintiff and her friend at a home where they were staying, where he became irate and began assaulting and choking Jane Doe to the point that she passed out, the lawsuit alleges. There's another unnamed accuser, Jane Doe. In December, Combs was hit with another lawsuit, which claimed he had drugged and gang essayed a 17-year-old girl in 2003. The plaintiff, identified as Jane Doe, accused Combs of supplying her with drugs and alcohol at his New York studio and then essaying her along with 2 associates. The suit accused Combs of sex-trafficking scheme in which Jane Doe was flown by private jet from her home in Michigan to New York. Combs' response to allegations, he's like, didn't happen. He says that he's going to fight for his name and his family and for the truth. In a statement in December following the lawsuit brought by Jane Doe, he called the claims sickening. Yeah, it's pretty sickening, did he? And said his accusers were looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged, he said in the statement. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth. Combs' lawyer, Sean Hawley, branded the events described in the lawsuit as pure fiction. We have overwhelming, indisputable proof that his claims are complete lies, he said. Oh, I would love to see. Wouldn't you guys love to see this overwhelming, indisputable proof that all of these claims by all of these people are lies? It just seems like statistically impossible that they would have all. What would the proof be? Okay. We will address these outlandish allegations in court and take all appropriate action against those who make them. That's kind of scary. Following the settlement with Cassie, Ben Braffman, another attorney for Combs, told The Independent, just so we're clear, a decision to settle a lawsuit, especially in 2023, is in no way an admission of wrongdoing. He loves saying that. Mr. Combs' decision to settle the lawsuit does not in any way undermine his flat-out denial of the claims. He is happy they got to a mutual settlement and wishes Miss Ventura the best. I mean, it's like very, very extremely sick shit. Let's see what you guys are saying. I know I missed some super chats here. Amy, thank you so much. Says, hey, Joleen, glad I caught you live. Here's a little love. Sorry it isn't much. Amy, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Megan Sue says, I meant under, of course. Sorry. No worries, Megan. I assumed. Camilla, thank you so much. Camilla says, this is what I heard. Rumor has it that Bieber was offered a multi-billion-dollar or more deal than what he had if he was to sleep with a drugged up, what's SW, minor that later passed. Bieber said no, walked away. Oh my gosh. See, and now, there's going to be all these, stories and what people can say are, rumors or speculations, but with all the things we know or we see in these lawsuits and all the accusations, it's unfortunately not that cuckoo that those things could have happened. And we do know Justin Bieber later, being a child pop star, much like Usher being a child pop R&B star, Usher had his fair share of issues. And then Justin Bieber's had his fair share where I think, didn't he get caught up with that weird cult guy who wore the Jeffrey Dahmer glasses we all like now? And I hate to attribute those glasses to Jeffrey Dahmer, but I got a pair myself and I find them to be really cute, but they just were 90s dude glasses. Unfortunately, it became 90s creepy killer dude glasses. But didn't he get with that weird church? Those weird cult people? They were like, hey, this will solve your problem. Oh, goodness. Thank you, Camilla, for the super chat. Chickenhead says, I came in when it was mute. LOL. P.diddy is dirty. Worse than R. Kelly. It is. Wow. Yeah. Chickenhead PK Neely says, Jay-Z's also a part of it. That's, a lot of people have a lot of questions and are now going back and looking at, Jay-Z's moves. I'm going to have to look into that because I'm not sure. I know there's some weirdness around the Aaliyah of it all, and I'll have to see. Megan Sue, thank you so much. Megan says, what I was trying to say before is over 18 years old, and they wouldn't have raided his homes, right? And don't traffic anybody unless they had reason. Across the country, it's off. It is definitely off. SW single white. Okay, maybe that's it. Oh, sex worker. I bet you're right. B-Bean. It is. Yes. So apparently, like, Meek Mill is being named in this as well, or his name is being brought up. So there's leaked audio. What? No, that can't be real. This gotta be fake. Let me open this real quick. Who's this? Okay, this person says, leaked audio confirms Diddy eating Meek Mill. There's allegations that Meek Mill was Diddy's boy toy. Okay. Now we know Diddy allegedly liked a boy toy, I guess. The interns, because there is a journalist who just came out and said that this journalist was friends with Diddy and felt pretty comfortable being like, hey, Diddy, I have a family member who would like a internship. Can you give my family member an internship? And then he said the internship lasted pretty shortly, and then all of a sudden the family member wasn't an intern for Diddy anymore. But the family member wouldn't say why they were no longer a intern for Diddy. Come to find out, the family member, I'm trying to remember this gentleman's name. I put him in my let's see. Talks Diddy and family member intern. And this family member then Torre, is it Torre? I've seen this guy on this journalist everywhere. Okay. So it was a male family member. So let's take a listen. Let's take a listen to this. If you guys haven't heard this yet, we will listen to it together. If you have heard it, we'll listen to it again. Okay. And that this male family member was offered by Diddy, like, you can't be my intern anymore unless you spend the night with me. And this person's male family member was like, no, we're not doing that. So here's what he had to say about this. Okay, let's take a listen. Let me mute myself so we don't get any feedback, and hopefully let me know if you guys can hear that.
I know this man well enough to call him and say, hey, I need a favor. Yeah. And this might have been 10, 12 years ago that I called him and say, hey, I have a family member who I want you to hire them as an intern. Yeah. And I have never talked about this publicly. And he said, yes. And they were flying around, one of the interns, Atlanta, Miami, whatever, on the jet, in the house, whatever. And then the internship stopped abruptly, like 3 or 4 months into it. Yeah. And I spoke to my family member, like, well, what happened? And they wouldn't say. Yeah. And I'm like, why did it end? And he wouldn't say. And years later, they finally came out, and this is a male, and said that Puff had said, come home, stay the night with me, or the internship is over. And they said, absolutely not. He said, absolutely not. And the internship ended. But from there, I was like, oh, like this is how it goes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So to hear that things went even further with potentially, allegedly, many other people.
Wow. Wow. And to hear that from a reputable journalist, this is, I mean, every day we are just getting more and more information. And this is kind of how these things unfortunately and fortunately happen, is that once you open the floodgates, everyone's going to feel comfortable coming forward with their story, as I hope they do and should, in order to hopefully get an indictment, get an arrest, get charges, because this is just what a gross misuse of power, sexual harassment, in addition to multiple claims of SA, drugging, trafficking. Insane. And I bet that this was never brought up, and people might say, well, why talk about it now? Well, because it's other people are talking about it. So now there's this comfort level, because clearly, and not comfort, but it's just a little easier, because clearly Diddy held so much power that people were very afraid, and the rules didn't apply to him. And people were afraid they were going to lose their jobs. There were a lot of times his behavior was reported and nothing was done, because he held that much power, which is too much power. Yes, Nicole, he was a full-on, or is a full-on predator. So his poor family member who had to endure that and could have had a perfectly good internship, a good experience. I mean, it forever, when predators, when they prey on people like this and they create this, this huge pool of victims, you forever damage people's lives. You stop momentum on their dreams and their careers. You mess with them mentally. I mean, Diddy is a sick individual, obviously, allegedly. Nicole, thank you for the super sticker. Thank you so much. Megan Sue says Cuba Gooding Jr. was in the latest lawsuit too. Yes. So Cuba previously had been. Thank you, husband.
You guys talking about Diddy?
Yeah.
I love that guy.
No jokes. No time for jokes here,
Joe. What's going on?
Oh, you don't watch your own wife's stream?
No.
Okay. Well, he's pretty bad.
I'm Team Diddy.
Okay, I'm team divorce then. Okay. Love you.
Come on, guys, let's go listen to Diddy.
Oh God, my husband, he's got jokes. He's got jokes. When you marry a comedian, he's got jokes too. Okay. Yeah, no, Cuba was named in the lawsuit as a defendant in Lil Rod's. We talked about that a little bit earlier. And apparently he was doing all the things, trying to get with Lil Rod. Now, I will say I ventured into, thank you, Megan Sue, and thank you, Pamela, for the super chat. Diddy on the down low. It'd be one thing if he was just on the down low, but he's on the down demon low. The stuff he's doing. Okay. Yeah. Your husband has the same sense of humor. You get it, Amy May. You get it. I love that you're able to get it. Okay. So I went down a rabbit hole of watching the interviews that I haven't watched before of Diddy's old, I think it was his bodyguard. It's this like older gentleman, I forget his name, but he's doing all of these interviews. Let me see if I can pull up just a picture of him. Diddy's what did I say he was? Bodyguard. Okay, interview. And he did quite a few. Okay, so Gene Deal. Are you guys familiar with the Gene Deal? Gene is interesting. Gene is very entertaining, possibly homophobic. Gene's of a different generation, but he's now out there speaking to multiple outlets here and has been for months about the things he saw. And Gene can be a bit of a comedic relief, I guess, at times, because just the way he describes things. I was listening to his interviews and I found myself heavily disturbed with the things that, he shared about Diddy. but also laughing because the way he described it was from such like a boomer dad standpoint, and no offense to boomers, but he was talking about the, you know, the Lil Rod lawsuit, and there was, I think, you know, there were a lot of obviously details in that, and there was just this part, and maybe it's because I'm just, you know, I was just like tired and watching this, but the way he was like, wait a minute, so okay, but they're claiming someone massaged his anus. That's the butthole. How do you massage? He couldn't figure out how to massage an anus. I think that was part of it. And I was like, oh, Gene, you got to live a little, sir. But it was, there were parts where I was like, oh, Gene, you know. But Gene has a little bit of a problematic stance where he believes that maybe Lil Rod has some guilt surrounding actually participating in sex acts with Diddy and friends. And I don't agree with that. I think he's a victim of this and what he's admitted to and things, and the power dynamic obviously off, including the drugs and all that stuff. But yeah, Gene was, there were parts of the interviews where I was like, you just had to laugh, you know, because he was like, but he said the anus, that's the butthole. How do you massage the butthole? Or I think it's something like, and I'm like, you can massage anything, Gene. It's kind of like meet the Fockers. You can milk anything. Can you milk me, Focker? So, but he was talking about the booty hole. It was, yeah, Gene, like I just saying, witness all of Diddy's dirty deeds. No, you need that visual. You need, yes, Cuba was accused, but it was, I think, some kind of like assault of a woman in a restaurant or something. So this is the first time we've seen it with where he has done this to men. But yeah, he was his bodyguard. And definitely check out the Gene interviews because there's something. There's something. How do you get the anus? Princess says, I'm with Gene. How do you get to the anus through the drawers? How thick are your underwears? You know, you can get there. If you, we don't need to go, but it was, but he was, yeah, he was very the butthole. He was like, so it's the butthole. How do you get to how do you massage a butthole? There was a whole part, and I don't remember which one I was listening to, but I was just like, oh wow, okay, oh yeah, I was gonna do this leaked audio, and I don't. So Meek Mill apparently, they have this audio, this channel saying they do. I don't know. Maybe it is. Let me just listen to it here. Okay, so who is this person? Okay. So the Urban Noir has a video on YouTube that says that it looks like allegations about Meek being Diddy's boy toy were true after all, because an audio just leaked of Meek screaming for his life while Diddy mercilessly clapped his cheeks. How is oh my goodness. One thing about the internet is that they never forget and always come through with receipts. Now, if y'all remember, Meek was exposed for being Diddy's, they're saying, little twink a few weeks ago, but Meek denied the allegations and even started threatening the people who were speaking on it. Well, it looks like while he was running his mouth, people were still digging for evidence, and girl, they found some things that not even Meek can deny. Apart from disturbing audio of him getting sexed by Diddy, they used a different word. There is also an old song where Meek blatantly admitted to getting freaky with Diddy for a check. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's listen to what this gentleman. You heard it? It sounds awful. Okay, should we not play that audio then? Yeah, and how do we verify those are the cheeks and the voice? Okay. Don't play it. I won't play it then. I didn't know it was going to be like, I thought it was just this guy like explaining it. We won't play that. But that's out there. Thank you guys for warning me. I didn't really know. And who? Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So then it never stops. It just, none of this stuff ever stops. So then I got scammed today. Let me know if anyone else got scammed, because I did, because I saw that Quincy Brown posted in his Instagram story, like, hey, I'm going on the old Discord and I'm going to be talking some shit. And this is after Albie Sure. So Quincy is Albie Sure's son with Kim Porter. Okay. So Kim Porter, Diddy's ex, the mother of his son, King, I believe, and his twin daughters. Okay. Who unfortunately has passed. Kim Porter was first with Albie Sure, who introduced them was Andre Harrell, who ended up being Diddy's mentor, who interned with him at Uptown Records. And Andre Harrell just needed Diddy as an intern so bad, so much that Diddy dropped out of Howard University, a prestigious HBCU, and was like, okay. And then Diddy was on the fast music track, like a crazy fast music track that a lot of people cannot explain, other than this weird sex ring maybe allegedly got him there. Okay. So when Kim got with Diddy, that is when allegedly, I think Diddy adopted Quincy, the son that Kim Porter had with Albie Sure. Albie Sure was also signed to Uptown under Andre Harrell, I think, for a period of time. It's just like, oh my goodness. Okay. And Andre Harrell has since passed as well. And he passed in 2020. And I went down a rabbit hole of his Instagram. And boy, did he like Leonardo DiCaprio. Maybe there's a story there, because he posted, but he did post the same picture on his Instagram of him and Leonardo DiCaprio over and over and over and over again. And it was always a picture. I think it was from Robin Thicke. What's his name? The actor guy's son who apparently sings. I don't know. I'm not into his music, you know. I'll be like when Nene says, I played on the iPod. I don't really. Robin Thicke's son. Is his name Robin Thicke? He danced with Miley Cyrus when she wore nude undies and decided to be like, and we can't stop and we won't stop. So anyways, Andre Harrell has since passed, but Diddy's a bestie and mentor, and also Andre Harrell best friends with Russell Simmons, who is in Bali and never coming back. Never, ever, ever getting back. Is he dope? I don't know about the Robin Thicke. I can't. What does he sing? I don't know. He looked boring to me. No offense, all offense. He looked like a lounge singer or something. Okay. Thank you so much, Gigi, for the super chat. So today, Albie Sure asked son Quincy Brown to come home. He put on his social media after his stepdad, Sean Diddy Combs' property was raided. So 2 of Combs' properties were raided. We know this. All right. Albie Sure pictured here, on the left. And then we have Quincy, the son Albie Sure had with Kim Porter in the middle, who Diddy adopted when he was with Kim Porter. Okay. And they're all pictured together. And this is from 2018. Albie Sure wants to see his son, Quincy Brown. Brown, born to Albie, whose real name is Albert Joseph Brown III, and the late Kim Porter, has long considered himself the son of Sean Diddy Combs, whom he calls Pops. But after 2 of the rapper's homes were raided by federal agents on Monday amid trafficking allegations, Albie is calling for Brown to come home. He put #letter to my son, come home. The door is wide open, wrote the 55-year-old night and day singer. I think I have the picture of them I can pull up here so you can see a larger version of these gentlemen. Quincy looks like a cutie patootie, obviously very, very similar to his dad, Albie. Okay. So he posted this along with a throwback photo with Brown, Quincy Brown, his son, who's now 32, in an Instagram post shared Thursday, today. He said, "You're safe here, son. I love you, Pops, comma, your biological." So like your biological dad's got your back because your adopted dad is getting raided and is a nest trafficker. So I might not have been around before, but I'm here now. So come home. All right. And Brown first met Combs, 54, Diddy, as a child when the Bad Boy Records founder began dating Kim Porter, who died of pneumonia in 2018, allegedly, okay, at the age of 47, even though she was very, very healthy and possibly maybe about to put out some kind of book about her life or something. Growing up between New York and Georgia, Brown split his time between the sides of his family, but he began spending more time around Diddy when he and his siblings would join him on tour. Last year, Brown spoke to People about what he's learned from Diddy. He said, "I think I've been a sponge." "Oh, I hope not, sir. "And now I do so much," said the rapper. "One of my passions, I'm very much into the art of acting. And then there's music. But just seeing how my pops is able to handle and juggle all these things, oh goodness, I took that from him as my most major takeaway. On Tuesday, an attorney for Combs likened the home raids to a witch hunt. It's a warlock hunt, and maintained the innocence of his client, who faces various allegations of SA across several lawsuits. Last month, his former producer, we know that, the Lil Rod, $30 million in damages, the lawsuit. Combs was accused of trafficking, gang SA by Jane Doe. We read through those already. So we read through Cassie's lawsuit as well. They're mentioning in this article. And then, we know Diddy came forward and was like, enough is enough. And these are sickening allegations. Okay. So Albie puts this post out. It appears that Quincy, I didn't see him comment like, "On my way, Dad," or "On my way, biological." I did not see that. What I did see is Mr. Quincy here. Let me just pull it up. Post to his Instagram stories that he was going to be going live on Discord. And I was like, oh my God, to talk shit, he said. And I thought, well, okay, is he going to, maybe, I know he maybe can't talk about the Diddy situation because it's an active kind of investigation sort of thing, but maybe he will, address this thing with his dad. So I get on the Discord, which I know nothing about. So Grandma Joleen gets a Discord. All right. And I think I had one that I never used. I don't even really know how. So I went there and he put in his story. Here it is. I'm going to talk some shit today at 5:00 on this private Discord. And I thought, oh, this will be good. Okay. Yeah. Well, then we'll talk about this. So then I wait, and then it's like, oh no, just kidding. I think it's Eastern time. It's West Coast time. Okay. So then I wait, and then everyone's in this Discord. And I don't know if you guys have ever been on Discord, but oh my God, if there's no moderator muting people's mics, people are insane. So there's multiple lobbies we're waiting in. Finally come back for some dude who runs this Discord to be like, he's going to be here in a minute. Yeah, Quincy's going to be here in a minute. Quincy's going to be here any minute. We got Quincy coming in the building. Until then, let's listen to his new song, Quincy, coming in the building soon. He's on set, guys. It's like, well, then why did he set up a Discord? He's going to call any minute. He's going to tell us something. I don't think he ever showed up. I waited for a while. People were throwing tomatoes in the comments section. This guy's like, I think it ended up being a crypto scheme because then they started talking about cryptocurrency and I was like, damn it, I just wasted so much time. Okay. So N-Dub, can you help me with that? I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. So basically, I don't think this man ever came on. I don't know what he was trying to do, or if he's into cryptocurrency, or he just was like, this is one of his friends who was into cryptocurrency. And he's like, sure, I'll put this in my story. Just play some of my new music. Cause he's a musical artist, much like King Combs, his brother is, much like The other Combs son, Justin, who's now named as allegedly one of the people who would bring minors to the parties for Diddy, as is, I don't think the twins are. Diddy's twins are so young, and I think they're like into modeling. And then I think there's another sister named Chance. I think she might be into modeling. I don't know. But I didn't learn anything. And unfortunately, I feel like I got trolled and I fell for it. And Grandma Joleen was like, how do I get this Discord? Why are all these people talking? It was a lot. Okay. Now, if you guys thought there's no way Kanye can be in this story, not Chance the Rapper. There's no way. What does this have to do with Kanye? We're not talking about Kanye. No, we're talking about Kanye. Okay. Apparently, a couple days, I believe they said, I think it was, let me just double check here. All right. Kanye allegedly is avoiding Diddy because Kanye, Diddy, and his son, pictured here, Justin, went to Kanye's show. So remember, allegedly Diddy is tipped off. All right. So he's going to go like, okay, I'm about to be canceled. I'm just speculating. I'm about to be canceled. Let me go to the other rapper who got canceled, the other producer, the other rapper, the other mogul. So according to the Daily Beast, Kanye allegedly avoided Diddy at a show ahead of the home raids. Weeks before, 2 properties owned by Sean Diddy Combs were raided by law enforcement. Now, even though it was weeks before the raids, we all know the Cassie lawsuits out there, the Lil Rod lawsuits out there, the Jane Doe lawsuits are out there. Lots of lawsuits, lots of things out there. So weeks before 2 properties owned by Sean Diddy Combs were raided by law enforcement in connection with federal sex-trafficking probe, Kanye West avoided one-on-one conversation with the rapper and mogul at a Rolling Loud concert in Los Angeles, according to TMZ. Sources told the site that Combs sought an audience with West, who these days goes by Ye and doesn't want his lady friend to wear clothes that aren't see-through. You got to see the areolas, I guess. So he wanted an audience with Ye, like it's the damn Godfather. But the disgraced graduation rapper, according to the Daily Beast, had no interest in speaking with Diddy. Or at the very least, we're told Ye wasn't chomping at the bit to talk to Diddy. TMZ added 4 SA lawsuits were filed against Diddy last year, and with Homeland Security and all that coming up, and the SA and the solicitation and distribution of illegal narcotics and firearms. Apparently Diddy was like, or Ye was like, please stay away. No, thank you. No, thank you. He was like, guess he was going to jail tonight, Diddy. So allegedly he redid his song and it was, guess who's going to jail tonight, p.diddy. God's not going to post your bail tonight. So even Kanye is like, no, that's too much for me. I can't be seen with you. You messed up with the state of where Kanye's at right now, and he doesn't even want to mess with you. Oh, goodness. And then don't even get me started about Young Miami. Oh, my goodness. So the Miami Herald is saying days after these raids, Sean Diddy Combs, multi-million-dollar compounds, okay? And this lawsuit filed by Lil Rod Jones and accusing the Bad Boy Records founder of all these horrible things while he was producing several songs on his R&B album, the Love album, Off the Grid. Did anyone listen to this album? I did not. No offense, all offense. Jones on Monday, he amended the complaint submitted to the New York federal court to name the actor, like we talked about earlier, Cuba Gooding Jr. as a co-defendant. Also listed as defendants are Diddy's son, Justin Combs, record label executives, and members of the music mogul staff. Jones' lawsuit was again revised Wednesday, providing more details, remember, because Ethiopia, his chief of staff, was like, I would testify. And evidence related to the alleged sex-fueled work environment that he was exposed to while working for Diddy on the Grammy-nominated Love album. That was nominated for a Grammy. Well, what we learned is Diddy they just hand him Grammys. He must be like on the Grammy board. He nominated himself, allegedly. All right. So, mounting evidence levied against Diddy. The Miami Herald is saying, here are some of the new allegations, which include Young Miami. Detailed in the amended civil complaint. Diddy paid rap sensation Young Miami, Instagram model Jade Ramey, and actress Daphne Joy, unfortunately for 50 cents, a monthly fee to work as his sex workers. While crafting the Love album, Diddy wanted to create a love-making atmosphere. In that quest, he forced employees, including Jones, aka Lil Rod. All right. Oh my goodness. So he wanted to create a love-making environment. Why not a consensual love-making environment? Or how about you're at work? You're not supposed to bang at work. It makes some people uncomfortable, but he didn't really seem to care. Okay. So, in making this and trying to create this love-making atmosphere in that quest, he forced employees, including Jones, to take shots of alcohol, engage in sex acts with sex workers. Diddy personally distributed GUNSs from his Los Angeles and Miami Beach homes to local gang members. Oh, geez. Brendan Paul, the little nerdy basement dweller with the video games and the drug muling in his cargo pants or cargo butt, described as Diddy's drug mule, transported GUNS to and from nightclubs, very 1999 of him, strip clubs, and other venues in the Miami area. This is Goodfellas, but like worse. You know what I mean? At least Goodfellas was entertaining. I mean, no, it's Goodfellas. This is some real messed up shit. There was messed up shit in Goodfellas. Yep. Don't let Joe Pesci fool you, Joleen. Okay. So Diddy's employees smuggled drugs on commercial airlines through carry-on luggage. And I think carry-on luggage is code for anuses, allegedly, again. Chief of Staff Christina K. Karam, which, again, she has been described as his Ghislaine, as the Ghislaine to his Jeffrey Epstein, ordered the droogs and forced Diddy's entourage to carry them in black Prada pouches, which looked very much like the fanny packs. So she was like, hey guys, hi, okay, are you part of the entourage? You have to carry a fanny pack and it has to have ketamine. Thank you. She also, this Christina, solicited sex workers, negotiated their price, and paid for them. While in Miami, neither Christina nor Diddy allowed Jones to visit family for birthdays or holidays. So they were like, Lil Rod, no, you can't see your family. They allegedly told him if he left, he would not be allowed to return. At a July 2023 listening party in California, there were at least 5 girls under the age of 17. What? Jones reported feeling uncomfortable, yet Diddy took his car keys like he's Zach frickin' Morris or something, or Brandon Walsh, so that he couldn't leave. In a group chat, including Jones, Diddy would ask his confidants about their opinions of Jones. Oh my God. So the group chat included Jones, and Diddy would ask his confidants about their opinions of Jones and if they thought the producer would remain loyal to him. Diddy hired a private investigator to dig up dirt on Jones, offering people money to speak poorly about the producer. Friends of the producer would then receive harassing messages from the private investigator. Jones alleges that there was a massive cover-up related to the 2022 shooting of Justin Combs' friend inside a Hollywood recording studio. Diddy's crew, he says, doctored the narrative that the man was shot outside the studio during a robbery. Those who were present at the studio that day were also asked to sign a non-disclosure agreement, or an NDA. Jones refused to do so. Jones also maintains that Diddy was present inside the studio and included a photo in the lawsuit. Again, like I said, lots of damning photos in this lawsuit of a bloody mess in a bathroom. The victim has since mysteriously vanished. What? I did not know the victim vanished. This is just when you think it's safe to go back in the water, it's not. This is crazy. So now we have 50 Cent, the mother to his son, allegedly one of Diddy's paid sex workers. We have Young Miami, allegedly one of Diddy's paid sex workers. Oh my goodness. From the City Girls. Oh my Lord. And Jade Ramey. Wow. It just doesn't stop. Yeah, just when you thought it couldn't get worse. Yeah, I mean, just me, Madison, you're not wrong. Yeah, just look how long Cosby got away with it. Weinstein, Epstein, long time. These guys were in these positions of power. They had lots of influence, lots of money, and have been able to get away with it for a long time. The list is endless. I mean, this is the thing. We're just going to hear more and more and more people, unfortunately, and fortunately for hopefully the case, coming forward with their own stories. Ooh. And let's see. Yesterday, the Daily Mail was saying Diddy was seen speaking to the feds on the tarmac at the Miami airport next to his drug mule, Brendan Brandon, now in custody, as he insists he's innocent and the victim of a witch hunt. It's like, sir, stop. This is too much. So Diddy tried to get away. He was like, get away now. And they were like, no, we're gonna arrest your little drug mule friend. Okay, we got to check his butt. We got to check everybody's butts, and especially the drug mule gentleman. All right. I mean, no offense, but this dude looks like a freaking one of them shooters. He just does. No offense, all offense, but for real, this dude is probably the scariest one out of all of them I've seen. I've had a nightmare about him already. You know, he just looks like the type of guy that's like, take me to Burger King after the crime. I don't like it. I don't like that head. I don't like it. I don't like that hair. Nope. How did Diddy meet this man? How do you meet this man? How does this man run in the same circle? How does old carved eyebrows? No. You meet him on a recliner? That's the only thing I can think of. He just looks like he's on a recliner in a basement talking about how women are the worst. You know, incel vibes. Incel vibes. This dude is scary. I hope they kept him. I hope he didn't bail out. I don't know. I don't trust this one. He looks like he's about to go live and do something heinous. I mean, he's the alleged drug mule. He wears cargo pants, justice for cargo pants. They deserve more. Here's him, allegedly. Shout out to Mims. Make it make sense. Who's killing it, covering the stuff. But it's weird because this looks like a different dude. This looks like an equally creepy dude. But they're saying, no, this is also Brendan Fraser. No offense to Brendan Fraser. The Whale made me bawl my eyes out. If you haven't seen that movie, maybe don't. It's very sad, but very good. This is Brendan Paul with one of them infamous black pouches, fanny packs, with the drugs, the ecstasy, the cocaine, the GHB, the ketamine, the mushrooms, the marijuana. And according to a lot of people, You guys, he did not used to be a basketball player. This man looked short as hell. What was he? One of them little guys? Like, what was his name? Was he Steve Nash? Pamela B. That's the extent of my basketball knowledge. Thank you. Pamela B, thank you so much for the super chat. Don't forget Diddy on the jet ski wearing the big white fluffy robe. That tells you all you need to know about him. Yeah, that he's not afraid to drown, because who can swim in that robe, Pamela? But great. I mean, seriously. Oh my goodness. So also allegedly Diddy, apparently, according to a lot of these, claims, accusations, lawsuit, Diddy loves a little cocaine with a little ecstasy. What's that? A speedball? What? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just an alcoholic. I don't understand the hardcore drug aspect, but that's what people are saying. That's reports coming out, allegedly, that Diddy likes himself, tried to get, I think this little rod to do a little Coca-Cola Classic with a little Molly, little friend of Miley Cyrus, if you will. So, oof. Oh yeah, the pink. That's where the pink comes from, Princess. Oh, Princess, you're so smart. Thank you. It's called Tucci. So that's what's at the end of this. When it said TUC, I'm like, what is it? What are they saying? Tupac? Like what? What's a T? What's a tuck? Like the tucks medicated pads for your bottom if you get hemorrhoids. I've been to a baby shower. I've gotten those for friends before. Apparently pushing that hard can cause a little roid action. Oh, it's the Tucci, the pink cocaine. Oh, that's cute. I don't advocate it, but that's cute. I like pink. Yeah, and also, hello, there's an age limit to Coke. 54. Wow, you're putting a lot of pressure on your heart. Coke, 20s, early 30s, maybe. If you're in your 40s, 50s doing Coke, kiss the cardiogram god. It's not good. I don't think you should be doing that. Okay? I thought Lil Wayne would rap about the Robitussin. No? Oh, God. HC said even Diddy's cocaine is fruity. Not fruity. Oh my God. It's the Hannah Montana. Oh, Hannah Montana. Oh, is that what the songs are about? Is that what it is, Princess? Grandma Joleen just realized that. Hannah Montana. Hannah Montana. Oh, 20 years later, I finally get it. Oh my God. I need to hang out with cooler people. No one has told me the Hannah Montana. I thought they were really just talking about Hannah Montana. All right. I need to go to bed. We're learning so much. I appreciate you guys in the chat because you're educating me, because I'm ignorant to a lot of things. The Hannah Montana. Well, you know what? I bet you Gene Deal didn't know what the Hannah Montana was. Me and Gene, we didn't know. Okay, so the Hannah Montana is the white stuff. And, all right. Okay, and the pink stuff is the Tucci. The little Tucci. Tucci. It's called Diddy Days. You're so welcome, Camilla. All right, you guys. That is the newest information I have for you regarding all things in Diddygate. I'll be back very soon. I'm sure tomorrow there'll be more that'll happen. I'm sure I'll fall down more of an Andre Harrell. I was going down deep in their Instagrams, and wow. Things are happening, you guys. Things are happening. Let's hope for an indictment or something soon, because what the frick are they doing? Where's Diddy? How are we going to keep him from leaving the country? I mean, I know they were able to once, but how long until he's in Bali with Russell Simmons doing yoga with children? We got to be careful. We got to stay safe, everybody out there. Okay? Please, if you see this man, cross the street, walk away. Please walk away. Don't interact with them. If Stevie J threatens you to a fight, say, leave me alone, old man. I'm not here for that. I'm very interested to see if 50 will take him up on that. I would love to see it. Yes. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. Don't forget to Subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, you guys, I hope you have sweet, sweet dreams. Thank you so much to all of you who have hit me up on the Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. I see it on my phone. Thank you so much. And thank you to all of my super chatters today. I appreciate you guys' support, your information as we navigate this crazy, perverted world that we unfortunately, we have to coexist with these people, but hopefully not for long. Producer Tilly is already sleeping. I should be sleeping. And like I always say, enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Bye.